for y'all. We had a little error on our last one. Now we do a little chat setting. Duration, subscribers only. And we're gonna get straight into it, chat. This is just usually we live. We just doing this live, but this segment we wanted to get in live. But since we're back at it again with another StarCast report, y'all. Hope you guys are all doing well for the Virgo season and things of that nature. We're gonna get on the road here in a little bit, but we wanted to highlight a couple things for the Virgo season that I think is important to talk about right now. We have the moon in Cancer, and we're gonna get into it a little bit. All right, just be mindful that with the moon in Cancer, cardinal water, it's the initiation period, right? Always remember that Cancer deals with comfortability, the home, stability. You know, a lot of home stability too. So you may notice certain things within the household, just within your own life, that may be triggering certain levels of comfortability, and that's your moon right now. That's the moon in Cancer. Working with you there, and that's a little bit that you're feeling on that side of things. And the dynamic of Virgo, with the sun here, kind of placing all of us in a mutable earth sense, to where the sun is asking us to be a little bit more adaptable right now, but obviously coming from Leo season, which is fixated fire. There's obviously it's a more stable emotion. People coming from Leo, which is why a lot of Leos don't want to get bothered and things of that nature. Fixated fire is fixated emotion, but imagine going from fixated emotion to mutable, right? To where now you have to, from where you learn to be fixed, you learn to stay solid, you learn to develop some sort of foundation. Now you're in a different space to where, boom, now you have to adapt, right? You went from 1 month to where you got to express, you got to really lock in your personal, your individual expression, your ways of expression, right? That was August. September came around and shows with that expression how we can be flexible, how we can be mutable, right? That's Virgo season. So that highlights, right, with the sun there, that highlights organization, analyzation. These are, Virgo's ruled by the planet Mercury, so obviously it's going to bring a lot of people in their head. It's going to bring a lot of people in their mind, a lot of overthinking, a lot of nervous system energy as well. Virgo rules the nervous system within the body. So you may notice certain things like, just anxiety that's highlighted, maybe focusing on different routines to get you grounded and things of that nature this whole entire month, right? It's like this whole month overall. And that's why Virgo is the Hermit in Tarot, because it allows you, it just tells you that Virgo energy is important to. You got to kind of withdraw, you know what I'm saying? You got to kind of withdraw, tap back into your own energy. And that's why we see the Hermit in Tarot as a representation of, okay, because you can adapt, you have to understand where you need to adapt and how that needs to be done, right? How you're gonna be adapting. In order to know that, you need to develop clarity, right? Because then you'll be bouncing back and forth, left and right. Energies will be pulled all over the place, right? So it's important to have that clarity to know, okay, how do I need to adapt? When do I need to adapt? And what's important for me to adapt, right? Obviously, Virgo deals with organization. So the more you have your foundation organized, your routine down packed, there's more. Then you now allow yourself to be a little bit more flexible, right? Because now there's less worry, because you have a routine. And the other octave of that, the polarity, is the worry and the nervous system energy, right? To where there's a lot of worry, you lack organization, your energy is kind of being pulled all over the place. That's the opposite energy of Virgo, to where a lot of Virgos may lead you to overthinking. If you're a Virgo, you may be prone to a lot of overthinking and things of that nature. It's because Virgo's ruled by it rules the nervous system within the body, right? So there's a lot that it often highlights regarding that specifically. With the moon in Cancer, we're about 28 degrees, and it's like cuspy right now. So we're going to be in the moon in Leo within the next 2-3 days or so. Wednesday, Thursday, maybe a little bit of Venus day. The moon will be in Leo. But coming from Cancer, cardinal water is the initiation period of something emotional. There may be something that you notice is that emotionally needs to be expressed based upon a level of comfortability, someone shaking your routine, foundation, and things of that nature. So just be mindful and watch where you need to adapt, where you need to have a little bit of understanding towards people's routines and towards people's foundation. Virgo is an earth energy, so it may ask for a little bit more patience from you. Things may be seeming like it's testing your patience, and oftentimes it is in Virgo season because it's earth, it's slow, it's going to move a little slower. At the same time, also moves very quick because Virgo is ruled by an air sign, an air planet, sorry. So this is why, Virgos can seem like they're moving slow or progressing slow, but a lot of times internally they could be progressing very fast, or a lot, and that's what can create anxiety, because they can be thinking ahead very quickly, because they think they can think about the future, etc., because Mercury is there, right? So they may be thinking, but they need to put that thinking to action. But because they're an earth sign and it's earth energy, earth is very slow. It's the last sign, it's the last element throughout all the elements in alchemy. So earth is a byproduct of manifestation of the other elements and things of that nature. So it's like earth is like the last element to react to the other energies. But with that being said, don't overbear your foundation, and where people are testing your might in terms of organization, your ability to be adaptable, right? Don't let people overdo that to where you are being mutable, you are being communicative, you are being flexible, but without without mutual understanding, without two parties having a foundation, it's just not about one party being super flexible all the time, right? So just keep that in mind as we go into Leo. People may be expressing that level of comfortability, or what's discomforting them, what has been comforting them, what they need to get right for themselves, based upon organization, based upon adaptability, based upon mutability, right? So the Leo energy is going to be curating a lot of this self and personal expression coming from the moon in Cancer. So with that being said, guys, this is a good extended StarCast report. Shout out to everyone who does pop in during the live. This is a shorter one. Replay gang, y'all know where to find it.